Hi everyone, my name is Sanjeev. In this video, I'm going to explain and demo how we can create fragments for API specification and how we can use fragments inside API specification. We can create parts of API specification as a fragments and we can save these fragments inside Exchange. Others can search these fragments inside Exchange and they can use these fragments to define API specification. For example, we can create a fragment for thread. We can create fragment for data type, and others can import these fragments inside their API specification, and they can use these thread fragment and data type fragment to define API specification. In Design Center, now I will demo how to create fragments and how to use fragments inside API specification. I will log into the Anypoint platform now. I will go to the Design Center. I will open Order API specification. This is the Order API specification. This have 5 methods. Under slash order, it have post method to create the order. It have get method to get all the orders. Under slash order slash id, it have get method to get the single order by id. Delete method to delete the order by id. Put method to update the single order by id. In this API specification, I have thread and types. Thread is defined here. It defines client ID and client secret headers. I have a type, order type defined here. I'm referencing these thread and types here in order.raml file. This order type and thread, secure thread right now is not a reusable component because both these files are published with the order.raml. I will make these types, data type, order type, and thread, secure thread as a reusable component, and I will create these both types as a fragments, and I will publish these to the exchange, and then I will import those fragments and I will use those imported thread and data type in this RAML definition. In a separate tab, I will go to the Design Center. Now I will create a fragment for thread. So I will click create new fragment. I will give the name client ID required thread and fragment type thread. I will click create fragment. I will copy the thread from the other tab. If you want to know more detail about threads, you can watch my other video, Simplify a RAML specification using thread. I will provide the link to the video in the description. This thread fragment is ready. Now we can publish this thread fragment to the exchange. I will click publish. I will click publish to exchange. I will give the set version 1.0.0. I will click publish to exchange. Okay, fragment has been published. Let's go to exchange. So this is a fragment that we published here. We can go to the assets list. So we can see that client ID required threads is there. Now I will go back to the design center and I will create a new fragment for order type. I will click design center. I will click create new. I will click new fragment. I will give the name order data type and I will change the type to data type. I will click the create fragment. Now I will go to the another tab, click on order type and I will copy the order type definition from here and paste it here. So this data type fragment is ready. We can publish this. Click publish. Click publish to exchange. I will give a set version 1.0.0. I will click publish to exchange. Okay. Our data type fragment is published. Click exchange. So this is our data type fragment that we just published. We can see the type. Here all the properties are defined. We'll go to assets list. Here we can see the both fragments are there. API spec fragment or data type, API spec fragment, client ID, required thread. Now I will use these fragments inside order API specification. So I will go to the design center, click order.raml. Here I will use instead of file, I will use a fragment from the exchange. And here instead of data type from file, I will use a data type from fragment. Now I will import the fragment that we published to the exchange. So I will click on exchange dependencies. I will click plus sign. And here I will select organization lag stack. And I will include these both the fragments. Click add to dependency. So we got both the fragments here, or data type and client ID request thread. I will click show in file. Go back to the dependency and click show in file. We got the both fragment under exchange modules, client ID required thread and order data type thread. Now I will go to the order.raml. Now instead of referencing this thread from the file, I will reference the thread from the fragment that we just imported. So I will remove this file and folder. I will say include exchange module. Let me open this. Then we say client ID. Then we say 1.0.0. Then we say client client ID required thread.raml. Now similarly for types, I will remove this from the file and I will use the fragment that we just imported. Exchange module, order data type 1.0.0 slash order data type.raml. Now we are using reusable component fragment for our API specification. We can even delete these types because we don't need anymore. So I will click delete. We will delete folder as well. Now I will delete the thread as well. Delete. And I will delete thread folder as well. Delete. Now we do not have thread and the data type defined inside a file. We are using fragment for data type and we are using fragment for threads that we imported from the exchange. Now we can test this. I will go to documentation. I will click post method. Click try it. See, we can still see the client ID and client secret. These client ID and client secret header are coming from thread, required thread. Let me show you here. So they are coming from this thread that we defined as a fragment. Let me go back to post method. Click try it again. Click send. We got the result. 201 order created. Go back to documentation. Click get. Try it. Here also we are getting client ID and client secret. Click send. And we got the result data. 200. So everything is working using fragment as well. Let me click documentation under slash ID. I will click get. Try it. I will give the ID 100. We are getting client ID and client secret. Click send. We are getting result. Go back to documentation. Click delete. Try it. I will add 100 as ID. We can see the client ID and client secret header. Click send. We are getting result. Order deleted. Status 200. Let me show you the put method. Click try. I will use 100 as ID. We can observe that client ID, client secret header is coming here as well. We have payload to send. Click send. And this is working. 200 order updated. So there is no issue. That means the order type that we defined in fragment is also working. In this video, we created two fragments, one thread fragment, another data type fragment, and we published both the fragment to the exchange. Then we imported the fragment. Then we used both the fragment inside order.raml for threads and type. This is all in this video. If you like this video, click the like button and subscribe the channel. Thank you very much. Thanks.